So we're back once again. This time we're playing the tier 8 Japanese battleship, the Amagi. Now, the Amagi's a lot like the Nagato. It's just that you get maybe a little bit more bang for your buck in terms of an overall ship. It still has the 451mm guns, but what's extra is when you go up a tier, you get much more maneuverability, a fair bit more survivability. So it makes the ship feel a little bit, you know, kind of more well-rounded as opposed to just a walking turret, basically. Which is what kind of the Nagato felt like to me. It didn't feel like... It almost felt like either you're going to be stomping games or you're just going to be a big firecracker. Now that said, the Amagi is a little bit of a firecracker, if I'm not... I don't want to be overstating it, but it is very vulnerable to fire. The deck can get very easily penned, which leads to several. In my experience, several salvos have given like double fires, repeatedly back to back. But that being said, I have gotten used to the ship now a lot more. I've got the range upgrade, which is probably, I'm trying to think between the hull upgrade and the range upgrade, which is much more vital to this ship. And I suppose the range upgrade, actually. Obviously, you have to go through the hull to get the range upgrade, but having 18.5 kilometer range on this ship it feels so bad. It honestly feels like you're crippled, like literally crippled. So just to make it kind of bearable, you need that range upgrade. The hull upgrade is nice to have. It gives you about 7k more HP. But again, it's not going to make a major difference. That's basically one average kind of salvo, so not major. And I can't remember now if it gives more AA mounts, but again, if you get focused by a carrier, as you might have seen in some previous videos, it doesn't really matter what you're going to do. You're going to be taken out of the game. So with that said, I think the main thing to focus on with Japanese battleships is accuracy. You need to be completely and so 100% accurate in any of the shots you hit. Otherwise, you're going to be leaving so much damage on the table. That said, the Hindenburg shows us a little bit of broadside, and we managed to get a citadel. Decent start to the game. And again, like, when you think about it, these shells, what, it's 25 seconds? Actually, I think it's 30 seconds. Look at me, I don't even know the reload of these guns. But we're about to find out right now. Yeah, 30 seconds. So if we think about this logically, a battle's what, 20 minutes long. You have to remove maybe the first and the last couple of minutes. So let's just say a battle's 15 minutes long. Shells take 30 seconds to reload. You get 30 shots in a game. 30 shots to make your damage. So you have to be critically accurate with these. There's no real like room to maneuver. That being said, I did struggle on this ship for quite a while. As we hit citadel after citadel. But I think the main thing, if you're getting overpens, if you think you're aiming pretty nicely, my advice would be to either heighten your aim or lower your aim. For me, it was lowering my aim. Like, this is really the first game where I've actually just looked at my aim and decided, hang on, I know it doesn't feel comfortable, I know it doesn't feel right, but let me just try lowering it a little bit. Maybe a little bit below the waterline, maybe? Let's see how it goes. And, as you can see, it's been pretty damn successful. We've got 3 citadels from 6 shells. And again, a decent salvo. It's not the citadel, but again, we're doing consistent damage. And again, you only have those 30 shots. You don't have any more, so you have to make them count. Now at this point in the game, you might have noticed maybe there's only like, I think, yeah, it's 8 ships. Yeah, 8, I can count, yeah. 8 ships in the battle with no DDs. That opens up the game so damn much. I don't have to worry about getting randomly torped from 10 kilometers away and then getting damage farmed. It actually allows me to push a lot more aggressively than I would have otherwise. We can see the Amagi on our left hand flank. That's the kind of thing, that's why I'm turning this way, to try and get maybe a broadside shot on him. And obviously the North Carolina is pushing alongside me. So what my plan is the Vladivostok, obviously you can see on the minimap, is sitting there. Hopefully he's going to take one salvo at the North Carolina. By the time the North Carolina takes the salvo from the Vladivostok, I will have shot at the Amagi and start angling towards the Vladivostok. So his next salvo will not be a full broadside. That was the plan. But I basically had to be a bit more preemptive. I wasn't able to get the Amagi in line to actually get a shot off, so I had to angle. Obviously, I'm not gonna expose a full broadside to the Vladivostok. But that being said, the citadel on the Amagi is below the waterline. I'm pretty sure. But the thing that happens is when you turn into a ship, as we get another decent salvo, wasn't expecting a citadel there. As you turn in, just the laws of physics, your ship lifts and it kind of angles up. So if you get shot while you're turning, there's actually a higher chance you're going to get a citadel on a ship like the Amagi. Or you're going to get hit for a citadel on a ship like an Amagi than you would otherwise if you're just showing flat broadside. So that's something to be aware of. And something to take into consideration. Again, prime example right here. This ship is a firecracker. You can get farmed so easily. I had to use damage con right there. And I'd always advise taking premium damage con on this ship because, well, as you just seen, fire starts so easily. So again, you have to be conscious of where you're aiming. Right there. I loaded HE for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I would get overpens mostly on the Charge Martel, but that was definitely a mistake on my part. Now, this wasn't planned, but I wanted to get my guns focused on, or swung around, really quickly to actually get a shot off before the Charge Martel ducked behind that island. That's something I do a lot in the ships, especially on BBs. The Warships being another prime example. Because the turret traverse is so damn slow, I'm going to use the ship to turn and get my guns on. Whether that means I'm going to crash into an island or ground, that's fine. As long as it's calculated that I won't actually take that much damage. And like the shot is worth the damage taken. But those are always, you always have to balance out everything playing this game, so. And again now, because the turret traverse is so slow, I'm turning my guns preemptively to the other side so that when I actually get up to speed, they're going to be on the right side of the, they're going to be on the correct side so that I can actually shoot. But that being said, the Charge Martel exposes himself bravely. And again, as you can see, another 2 fires. The usefulness of the premium damage con cannot be understated on this ship. Because I probably, if I didn't have that, that was 2 perma-fires. Because I think the cooldown of the non-premium one would take too long to come back up, so I would be eating probably 700 damage, maybe more, per tick. Which all adds up, it really does. So at this point, obviously the battle's pretty much over. Somehow the Edinburgh took out the Alabama and the Amagi. So well done to him. So now we're just going to push. Now at this point, I want to point out something that I talked about earlier in the battle. And about exposing flat broadside. Now we're lining up. I can see the Iowa coming around. He's going to be showing his broadside 100%. And probably the Vladivostok too. Again, they have nothing to lose. The battle's pretty much over. Now the one thing I was being conscious of here is the Amalfi? Amalfi. We'll go with that. Is his torps. I didn't want him to come out straight at me, so I was being a little bit more cautious of that. But I seen the way he's angled. I knew it wasn't a major threat. And so I decided to push on. And again, we get the citadel. I was slightly angled, but at the same time, I wasn't turning all that hard. I was trying to duck out of a turn, so I wasn't actually listing all that much. I think that's definitely crucial here. Oh, thanks, man. But again, then we line up the Vladivostok. See, right here, that salvo would have been... I would have aimed higher, and I wouldn't have gotten that kill. That wouldn't have happened previously. So again, you need to adjust, you need to try new things out. And that kind of goes for any game. If you want to get good at a game, you need to... Not that I'm saying I'm good at this game, but you need to actually try different things consciously. So we line up. I'm pretty much at the waterline. You might not be able to see the rectangle because, well, replays are kind of... That's actually one thing I'd like to introduce to replays. But again, we get 4 pens. And we get the Confederate achievement. And we're up to 134k. Now again, 134k is not that amazing, but when you take into account there's less ships in this battle, then it turns out to be pretty decent, I suppose. And now we're going to go for the save on our Edinburgh. We line it up. We take the shot. It was blind. And we finish him off. And the battle ends. So it's GG's. Good luck. And I'll see you in the next one.